Well, with me now is Chloe Brett, Liberia director with the charity Street Child, and she's just returned from there. The most astonishingly powerful film there from Andrew. Is that a true glimpse of the horrors that you two have seen?
Yeah, absolutely. The report captures exactly what it's like in the field, what's happening every day. Ebola is spreading and children are being left orphaned.
Yes, and that's a new horror, not the orphan nature, but the fact that they are shunned. In other crises, the extended family would look after children. Now they're being shunned by everyone, so they're often left alone, or they're very young, the adults have died, and they're having to look after the rest of the family.
Yeah, that exactly sums up the issue. West African nature in particular is very much to take in the community's children at a time of need, and it's just not happening. So children either aren't leaving the community, or they've maybe, like the little boy in the clip, he's gone through the healthcare system and survived Ebola and found his way back to the community, but they're now so frightened that he might pass it on.
So broadly, what is happening to them?
So most of them are finding their way back home. But of course, what greets them at home is stigma, and nobody wants to come near them and nobody wants to support them.
I know this is an area that you particularly concentrate on, and the numbers, they're never going to be exact, but you think they are woefully underestimated, don't you, in terms of just the number of children affected?
Yeah, so the last figure to be officially released was the 3,700 and something back in September. That was based on 1 for 1. So for every death, they've been estimating that there is an orphan. Well, with deaths now at about 5,000, we think and we're sure that the number exceeds 5,000.
Now, we saw some help in Andrew's piece, but other places he went to, absolutely nothing. How common is that? Yeah,
that's 100% the case. My time over in Liberia, I was based in Monrovia. Other organisations and the ministries are trying. They are talking about it and they are beginning to start doing assessments.
But why is it like that still? Because we've had months of warnings from everyone, from presidents, the UN, the World Health Organization, speeches, warnings. What are the blockages still?
The bureaucracy behind it, I don't know, and it's infuriating. You sit there in these meetings and you're fully aware of what's going to happen. By December, we think there's going to be more than 10,000 orphans. We knew the situation was going to be what it is now, yet they're still having conversations about what the assessment form should look like to register a child, never mind who was going to do that assessment.
And all the while, you're dealing with exactly what we saw in Andrew's piece, and that, remember, was just one village in 3 countries that are still ravaged by this. On a human level, what is it like being involved in that and dealing with that? Because you saw Andrew there at one stage say to that person, that man, sorry, there's nothing I can do to help.
Yeah, I mean, it's heartbreaking. I've been in and out of West Africa a lot over the last few years, and this was by far the hardest trip. The stories that you're getting from kids like you've just seen, where nobody will help them and they're literally starving to death. The only thing I was able to offer, thankfully, was that I wasn't just there with a camera, but I was there with a team of social workers who were providing aid and counselling.
But do you feel helpless? You wrote in one newspaper that you've dealt with many crises. This is the first time you've come away and cried about what you'd actually seen.
Yeah, and it was just the sheer scale of the problem. It wasn't just one family that was a very sad story that we could help. It was just thousands. There was just so many children affected by this, and the size of our organisation as it is, we can only at the moment reach so many of them. We've got the model that we know works, and we're desperate to be able to scale it up. But we need others. We need the public. We need big agencies to get behind what we're doing, so that we can try and reach more of these kids.
Well, Chloe Brett, we have to leave it there, but thank you so much for coming in to talk to us. Thank you so much.